Hello and good afternoon. We are here on Tuesday afternoon. We're going live a little bit later today, but we're so glad you guys can be here with us because we've got a really cool project planned today that Josie and I have been having a lot of fun with. Just thinking through the different ways that we can incorporate techniques to show you guys and things that you can use for other projects as well. It's a fall sign where we're taking plywood and we're just adding some distress and using a chalk type paint to stain it so that it kind of gives it a little bit of age, and using our retro barnwood and distress stamp to add some texture and some depth as well. So if you hear little munchkins in the background, it's because we have our kids here today. It's summertime and that's just kind of how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and we will flip the camera and should we show them the
Hello, Emma.
how we got to this point? Hold on.
Hi, Janet.
Sophia, stop. You have to stop, honey. Sorry. It just got a little bit loud.
It's just real.
It's just real.
You can always count on us to keep it real.
Maybe I should have done that differently. Sweet child of mine, please.
If it
not
works
so
for
loud.
you.
If it so works for you, if you don't mind. It's the end of the day. Maybe I would have sounded
It's
like
coffee
that
time.
in the morning. Coffee
Yes,
or
we're
what?
sharing our coffee.
I don't know. I tease. It's all good things. Oh, hello.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
So we did some of the prep in advance so that
just
we
hold it
can,
up while we're in this view.
There you go.
So this is a piece of plywood, and you know what? When we prepare the pre-recorded video, we are editing in some of the stuff that we did on this before, and we will also include the measurements of this board for y'all's reference. So, but we did some distressing. We kind of whacked it a little bit. We used some diluted paint to kind of stain it, and now we're gonna start getting our color on.
So here's the deal. We do have the footage of the staining and the distressing, and I know that that is something you'll want to see. So just know it will be up on YouTube within the next week and a half or so. So you will be able to see that. Yes. But for the live, we like to keep it as tight as possible because they tend to run on.
Because we tend to babble on.
We do. It is our chattier of the two.
Yes.
So we've got, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to divide these into 3 sections with our barnwood. Or should we put the paint on first?
Yeah.
And then we barnwood over that.
Correct. But you wanted to have 3 different colors, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So what we will probably
measure it out.
Let's look at our plank stamp.
Oh, what if it works out just right?
It could. So we have our plank, and we will. This is like
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
It's sort of.
No, it's not. Come on. It's totally, look. 1.
Okay, they can't see.
I know. Should we, let me switch the view so you guys can see. Here we go. Boom. Okay.
Okay, let's move this up this way. Okay. I can raise this up so
so you can see more of it.
A little better.
Good idea. Okay. Is that as high as it goes?
No, not if I get the legs extended more. Do I need to, or?
No, we can
pretty
just
good?
keep it. We can keep it over here.
Okay.
And then, if we need to, we can move the camera.
Okay.
That way they can see it well as well.
Yeah. So this is like a 5-inch.
Mm-hmm.
And our letters on our.
So this is our barnwood plank stamp. For those of you that are not familiar, this is one of our most popular stamps, still available. So talk to your stockist to get a hold of this. This has different types of barnwood textures and designs on them, along with the nail holes and all the good things. People have done amazing things with this stamp, entire walls that look like barnwood. It's so cool. And it's also really handy for projects like this where you just want to add kind of a wood grain.
Yeah, we want to take it from a plywood look to more of a plank look. So we will have about 2.5 inches extra.
Well, we're going to do
we
three,
can
right?
split it. Yes.
Okay, and we'll still have 2.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
2.5 inches.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so we'll split
So we
it
can
among
split
the
it
two. I thought you meant on each side.
Or we can split it from between the top and the bottom.
Okay.
So put about 1.25 inches on each.
That's
which
good.
Would allow us to kind of eyeball it.
Yeah.
So like we'll start here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So my question for you.
So we're just gonna mark it off and then paint it, yeah?
Yes. And you're
perfect.
certain you want to do different colors, right?
We don't have to.
That would look awesome. The reason I'm asking you now is, for one thing, it's interesting for our viewers to consider the same questions
that we're considering.
It's our color commentary.
We
but
were talking earlier about whether we wanted to do fall colors or neutrals.
Yeah.
So that's what Josie's referring to.
Yes. So the reason why is it is simpler if we're going to apply the color to apply it all. If we're going to do 3 colors, and all you pay attention, because you guys will be deciding how you want to do your project. If you want to do 1 color for all 3 planks, or if you want to do 3 different colors, which is also super cute. But if you do 3 colors, you'll need to protect the sections that are not going to have that color. If we are using our distress stamp, you know what I mean? If you're painting it on,
can we just different. Do something like this?
Yeah.
Just
use that to mask off the
to the areas that
totes. Okay, that totes works.
I say we do the 3 colors.
Okay.
Thank you, Kimberly Drake, for reminding everybody
she would say that.
Josie was pushing a little more for neutrals. I was leaning toward the fall colors, so I won.
She was.
I won.
Okay, so you have chosen a red, an orange, and a black.
Yes, that is right.
So let's use this. We're going to use this thin. These thin mounts are so
handy,
versatile. We use them for a palette.
Your stockist has these thin mounts, and let me tell you, they're inexpensive. Grab a stack because they come in super handy.
They're really nice thickness and stiffness. So toast.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so first color. What color do you want to do first, Sal?
Orange.
Okay.
Let's deepen up the orange. We've got kind of a brightish orange here. Can we mix a little bit?
We can. We probably should have done that
with the red. I know we should have. We should, but just a little bit.
So we can't really. Actually, this red is gone.
Oh, it is.
Well, I mean,
it's enough.
It's sort of.
Let me see. I mean, because we just need a tad. Oh, okay. It's dried out. Fair enough. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
You get
I'll
started.
Start
with the
orange.
A different color so that we can do
Black.
this one down here.
Okay.
Or it doesn't matter which is better. Right. So do whatever. I'll go get another red.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and reach it. And we are going to. That'll work. How many of you guys talk to yourself especially when there's nobody else around and you're doing a project? I am a chronic talker to myselfer, totally. So what I've done is we're kind of estimating based on the excess we're going to have that we're going to do about 1.25 inches on the top, and the bottom is about what we're going to have left after doing 3 planks, right? And the planks work great. They're great width for our retro alphabet that we're going to be using for the words. So what I'm doing is, I know that we want this section to be the color we're doing first. In this case, it's going to be black. And I'm going to then use this thin mount just to protect the section that I don't want to be that color. And we are going to use our original distress stamp to apply the paint, guys. Let me show you this side of it. Okay, this is a full sheet distress stamp. And what we're going to do is we are going call came by, even though you have the settings. So we're going to repeatedly apply this and change directions to get as much or as little coverage as we want.
Okay, so plan B, we have no red, and the orange is too bright. So Josie wins. We're gonna do neutrals.
I feel like they're judging our preparation.
Yeah, they should. They're very poor preparations.
Okay. So do we want to do black background? Well, this is easier. No, we probably want to do white background, black letters, huh?
I like black with white, but then it might be harder to get a nice opaque white, huh? Is that what you're thinking? White over black?
I don't think it'll be difficult,
but white would be pretty too. Let's do white.
Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. And do you want to go grab the white?
Yes.
And then we are going to use a brayer, and we're going to apply the paint to this stamp, and we will be using this as an application tool for paint. It's really cool. We've done it before, actually, on a truly salvaged plank that I had at home, and I went in and I just kept continuing to apply thin layers of the paint and building it up and changing directions, and you get a really cool look from that. So I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee while I wait for Sal to get back. Greetings, Lisa. Sherry says, I have the best conversations with myself. Right? I do too. It's a little bit nonsensical sometimes, but and sometimes we take it up to the next level. And when I'm cooking, I cook a lot and nobody else is home, I'm talking to myself as if I'm having my own cooking show. Sometimes there may be accents involved. Maybe, maybe not. Barbie says, first time watching live. I'm so excited to see the wood stamp in action. I've got it, but I'm nervous to try it. Oh, welcome, Barbie. That's so cool. I love it when that happens, because we find that a lot of folks, they're inspired and they buy the products, but then they are intimidated or nervous, and they procrastinate about actually getting in and using them. And we are all about conquering that fear. So we're like, get in and don't judge your first efforts. Give yourself the space and the freedom to have fun and enjoy the process. And growth in your techniques will come naturally. Thank you, Barbie, for joining us. It's an honor to have you come for the first time and spend your time with us.
Do you know how to get these off?
I'm going to open a can.
There we go. I'm going to open a can. Okay, thank you.
I'm about to open a can. Got it. Oh, very nice. Here we go. Go ahead and fill that up. I apologize for the little bit of
chaos.
What do you call it? They call it dead time, don't they? Dead time, downtime.
Yeah, sorry.
Sally Ann Riley says, that is so me. Can't wait to start, but not sure where. First time live. Hello from Tasmania. Hello. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, good. That is our thing. We're constantly, I don't know if you follow our Instagram in our social media, but we're always addressing that, the fear of creating and getting creative. And it's so much of it is, you know, you're concerned about what your results will be like. And if I'm not good enough, and if, you know, and you need to just throw those voices out the window and give yourself, when you were a child and somebody asked if you could draw, the answer was always yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you hadn't learned to fear yet and to judge and criticize and compare. We got to get back to that, guys. Okay, now we've got some white paint and we're gonna do it.
I do love the look of it.
This wasn't the one I was gonna use, was it? Oh well, I don't need to use it for anything else, so never mind. Pay no attention to me.
The distressed white on a natural wood color is one of my favorite combinations.
Yeah.
This is going to be really
well, it's
pretty.
kind of fun with this too is you don't have to, let me move this over here.
So question.
Yes.
What if we didn't divide the signs if it's all one color?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to.
That's the beauty of it, right?
Oh,
just do the whole thing.
Paint the whole thing, but then still plank it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I thought you meant not divide it.
So that's the easy part about going with one color here is that you don't have to divide the colors. You can just do the whole sign, and then the plank, which you'll see, will actually add the division.
Would you guys believe me if I told you we had planned it all out this way? No,
but they will when it's on YouTube because all this will be edited out.
That's right.
This is the stuff you get with the lives. You get the real, raw, figuring it out in real time kind of thing.
I'm going to go ahead and go to the edge here.
Did you already talk about our distress stamp?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome.
Well, I did, but I don't know if I talked about. See, check that out, guys. And now we're going to do that over and over and over again, okay?
One of my favorite stamps just for adding texture over top and distress, but you can also use it to apply, like we are today, paint. So, and Josie's going to show you when you layer it again and again. And you know what? If we had two of these, which I don't think we do, I could be doing it at the same time. But it really, the more you layer it up,
yes,
it starts to just kind of really create this beautiful depth.
Yes. And we're going a little bit thick on this because the intention is to build the paint up. So we have.
And there's really no wrong way to do it. You just keep going on and on and on.
Yes.
And twist. It helps to kind of twist and turn, so that the stamp itself just kind of go different.
Rotate in different directions.
In different directions. Yes.
Totally. Now we are tight on space here because we're trying to keep everything
under the camera.
Under the camera. So I'm kind of moving around all the.
But the idea is it emulates the look of worn paint over time.
Yes.
And because here's the funny thing that we've realized with our distress, our chippy, our craquelure, when you're putting it on, your eyeball kind of tricks you and you look at it differently. But then you come back like the next day and you realize it looks so authentic.
Good. Yeah, it's what you know about something that can skew your ability to see it without judgment of what you already know, if that makes sense. It's the same with one of the biggest things in art and drawing is seeing accurately, because our perception is so skewed by what we know.
Yeah.
So like when you're drawing something with foreshortened perspective, for example, say you're trying to draw an elephant in a particular position, you know it's an elephant, and that causes you to draw it differently than what you actually see.
And
that's why.
For you so you can keep going.
Okay, that is why when I'm working on a project, a painting,
I already did it.
Oh, you already loaded it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I didn't load the stamp. You're right.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I thought I did. I remembered. I just did the brayer.
Okay. When I get to a point where I'm not progressing in the direction that I want to, or it's not coming out exactly how I envision, I'm just not satisfied with it, I will take it and put it in a spot. I have a spot on the mantle above my fireplace that I know I'll be passing by frequently, and I can catch it out of the corner of my eye unintentionally, so that I can get that. I need you to move that a little bit. So I can get that first impression, the kind of unadulterated first impression of it. And so many times I'll see, okay, that's what was missing, or okay, that flower is too big or something. You know, you get that kind of impression that's really helps you to get a fresh perspective.
Yeah.
On it. Now they cannot see what I'm doing over here. I feel like we should take this off, and
it gets kind of shaky. Do you want to flip it? Flip the board to do the other side?
Okay.
Or
you know what?
We'll
do this end first, and then then flip the other end.
Okay.
Yep. We're gonna need a little more.
Paint. If you guys saw the whole scene right now, it's so haphazard. Like, we've got things askew and tilted up that should be flat. But it's such a small space. We need to get a bigger space to work in.
I have that song from Beauty and the Beast, the Gaston song.
Which one?
Stuck in my head.
Oh, are they watching it?
Everyone here wants to be you, Gaston, even when taking your lumps. We watched it with Remy the other day.
Oh, okay.
And it had been so long.
Yeah.
Because my older kids watched it when they were little. And that song stuck in my head a little bit. Aw, Shauna, that's so cool. Thank you for that support. Shauna says, I so love IOD. Well, you know, it's because of you guys that IOD exists. So, thank you.
This is really coming along, and the more we build it up.
So should we flip it and do that? And then I feel like I like the density.
Yeah,
in here.
what if we added kind of a little bit more density in the areas that would be the planks?
Right.
So that it creates kind of a division of the planks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Good. Okay, let's rotate this.
So we're going to flip the board so that you guys can see the other side. It's a large board.
It is.
There we go. Okay. Uh-oh.
What?
Where'd the paint go?
The paint is right here.
Oh, I was looking for this.
Right.
I thought it was under. I thought we set everything on
there.
This is why we try to do our lives at 10 a.m.
Oh, that is an excellent question, Gayla. Gayla asked, you don't need to wipe clean between impressions? That's an excellent question. Not in general. Now, over multiple impressions, if your paint starts to kind of get thick and built up on here, then you might wipe it down. So just as long as it's working for you, you're good to keep going. But if you might find that you do need to do that,
and it depends
if it gunks up.
on what type of stamp or design you're working with.
True,
Because
true.
if it's
dry,
a more,
so we can work right on here.
okay, cool. If it's a more detailed design, intricate design, you will need to be more mindful of it gumming up.
Yeah.
And
go heavy on that. And you'll know, I mean, there's a lot of latitude here, right? Oh wow, it is hopping. We have over 200 guests here.
Woo! Awesome.
Thank you for joining us, guys.
Yes, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Yay! And don't forget to subscribe and like so that you can stay up to date. We've got some really awesome projects planned over the next month and into fall. You don't want to miss that, so just make sure that you get notifications by hitting like and subscribe. Oh, I'm loving this. This is very distressed, which is perfect for fall. I love a distressed pumpkin patch sign. Ooh, I can give you a little hint as to where we're going with this. Can I get some more white paint? Stick that on there. There we go. And we're using our brayer. I don't know if we already mentioned that. We love our brayers.
Yes, we did.
Multi-use tool. Use it for a lot of things. Okay. You good?
Yeah.
Let's go. Did you test the barnwood on there, or did that grain come through?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Way?
I
Okay,
didn't test
interesting.
So do you want to go a little more and
yeah,
let's go a little more opaque in this one. I like how this is. Let's layer up some more.
Heavier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Fabulous.
Okay.
Nice. We are getting close.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's so much latitude if you make a mistake.
That is so true. That's the beauty of distress.
Yes.
Okay, this is looking good. I'm liking this.
What do you think? More?
Well, no, I was actually wondering if we created some heaviness in where the middle of the plank would be, kind of like this.
Yeah, we can use the brayer. The cool thing about the brayer is, it's a different, oh,
that kind of creates a little
pull.
Yeah.
It's a different look than brushing it on. So you can get a cool distress if you want to go on heavier, or just do some more of what we've been doing.
Let's do more of what we've been doing.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure the brayer is going to be the kind of impression that we want.
Okay, then let's go ahead and do a little more.
Okay.
I think we only need a few more, but I like to get the built up areas.
Yeah. Exactly. This is going to be such a cool sign. I'm already thinking about where I'm going to put it in my house. This is when it benefits me to be the only one of us that decorates for fall.
Okay, you keep saying that. And we're totally off screen, so we need to scooch. Yeah, scooch.
There we go. I love this look too, Erin. Hi, Sue.
Okay, looking good. Looking good.
Yeah.
So another thing is we could just do a little bit of dry brushing to solid up a little bit.
That's a good idea.
Where is the brush for we had another brush out here, no?
I thought we did too. Oh, here it is. Okay. There
So
we
I'm
go.
just gonna bring it. Now this, I'm using the word dry brush loosely, because this has a little heavier than a dry brush, I think. Let's do some, get a little more paint on there. And
Here, show them what you're doing.
yes, I'm just loading this, not super heavy, but not as dry as a dry brush. I'd say between a regular load and a dry brush load. And we're just solidifying some of the areas. In those areas, it's kind of looking like whitewash and chipped. I like that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looks good. And everything just as you layer it up really comes together. So it starts with the distress stamp, and then we can do a little, you just kind of go with it and get a feel for it and add to it. And then when we add in the barnwood planks, you guys aren't going to believe how it comes together. That just adds another just note of realism and vintage quality that just really helps that as well. Okay. Do you need more paint?
Maybe a little bit more.
Okay. Ow! Ow! You okay? Yeah. That was a tack on my thumb.
Ooh.
No worries.
So it was a thumbtack?
It was a thumb attack.
Thumb attack.
Love it. And I think once the other layers are in there, it'll add
Yeah, totally.
even more. Okay. Please bring back the snowflake mold. We get at least one or two of those requests every live for the snowflake mold. I know, it was a good one. It was a good one.
Okay. Okay. I think we're good for now.
Okay.
And let's stamp the planks, right?
Yeah. Let's. Oh wait, don't we want to do we do the letters before the planks or after?
Planks first.
Planks first. Okay. All right.
Okay, so there is a thin mount with paint on it right over there.
Oh, is your oh yeah. Here.
Oh. Thank you.
There we go.
Thin mount with
the plank on it.
yes.
Oops. Dang it. This?
Thin mount with paint on it. I'm sorry, right there.
Oh, okay. You're gonna use black?
We can use whatever.
Do we have any of the brown left that we painted the wood with or stained the wood with? Is that out there?
It is, but it's diluted
Okay.
considerably. So, uh-oh, there's an angry face. Who's the angry face?
Who gave the angry face?
We're gonna find out.
Okay. Let me just go get a brown that we can mix with the black.
Okay, sounds good. I'm just gonna fine tune a little bit of this here. It's funny how looking down over the project, the view is different than when you are looking on the screen. On the screen, I can see I got a little splotchiness going on, which, like Sally said, once we get it layered up with the planks and will look great. You can see the distress marks that even little wormholes. You'll get to see that in the edited video because we included footage of that for you.
Yep.
Okay. So it's diluted.
I didn't use the same pan.
Oh, okay.
I threw that out and put some brown.
Perfect. Now, this is the one we're going to use, and you'll see there's kerf marks on it. We are not going to ink up. We're using paint, but we'll say it, ink up, meaning applying it. We're only going to apply paint to the edges and not the kerf every time. So we'll do some kerf, but not solid.
Oh, you have a...
Oh, that's nice. That'll be a nice color.
Yeah.
So we will go like this.
And this is
and a little bit of kerf.
Like a dark brown, almost taupe color to emulate wood.
Okay. And we are going to, again, allow for, let me see here, that about 1.5 inches at the top. Thanks. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Oh, Patty, you're joining us for the first time. Welcome. She said, I finally get to see a live for the first time. Well, we are happy to have you. Now, can y'all bring the camera up higher? Well, the problem is if we get up too high, you can't see what we're doing. So we did lift it up high, Barbie, but we do want you to be able to see specifically what we're doing. So, but we will show you the whole thing when it's done, and we will show you every step of what we're doing. So right now, Josie's just creating the
hey guys, what do you think?
Separate planks. You see how it's coming together there? It's amazing how that works.
That's better. I have an issue when the work is not parallel with the screen, and it bothers me.
But you can, the different ways to add texture to these plywood signs are our barnwood planks, which we're showing you now, our distress stamp. We have our chippy stamp. Actually, our vintage textures has 4 different textures, vintage textures, that you can use also to add that. And
I'm going to go ahead and do, since we've already got the board oriented here, I'm going to go ahead and work this way.
Yeah.
A thing to note is when you're using the kerf, the one that has kerf on it, you want to pay attention to the direction, because you wouldn't have, in a single plank, you wouldn't have kerf go this way and then switch and go that way. The kerf on a single plank would all go the same direction. So, and so you guys are like, what the heck is kerf? It was the way they used to, and sometimes still do, mill wood. And my husband used to have a hardwood flooring business. He was actually quite renowned for his hardwood floor skills, and he was an amazing artisan. He still is, but he did hang it up for a while at least so that he could come on board as IOD grew and our husbands had to come on board with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And we're just doubling up on our line. We're just using that as a guide and going right over it.
Yep.
In this case.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, of course, different ways to do that, but we kind of like accentuating the grooves between the planks. Oh, look at how this is coming together, guys. Are you seeing it form up? Mm-hmm. The illusion and the distress form up right before your eyes. Isn't it fun? So I'm hogging this. Do you want to get in here and?
No, you're fine.
You sure?
I think that's the one that we want to use. The other ones are textures, but they don't have the lines. So once the lines are in, then I can help.
So yeah, I'm going to have you do the lettering.
Okay.
I know how you are very particular about how you like your letters.
Well, it depends. For this type of sign, because the intention of the sign is to kind of look handmade. It's, kind of rustic and rough. So I'm not as particular about the placement of the letters. They don't have to be perfectly even and straight.
That wasn't meant as a criticism.
Kelly, to answer your question, this is a chalk type paint, and we're using the colors white. We stained it with a watered down brown, and now we're going over it using the barnwood plank, and the paint that we're using is kind of a dark taupe. We specifically don't talk about paint brands that we're using, and we use all different kinds, but we don't mention that because I think, number one, people get hung up on that and think they have to use whatever we're using, and there are many different types of paints that will work. But then also our stockists all carry different brands of paint, and it kind of alienates them if we go on about a particular brand of paint. So we've tried many different brands, and we like what we've tried. So I wouldn't get too hung up on the brand.
This
but
is like
chalk type paint.
Yeah. I feel like, wouldn't you say this is a musket brown that we're using right now?
Sure. I don't know what that means. I've never heard of a musket brown, but.
You know what? That may be a me thing because Dad, one of the siding color was called musket brown, yeah.
Now that you say that, I know exactly what siding you're talking about because, yes, I remember a siding this color.
Yes. Our dad he was a salesman, and he sold exterior remodeling, siding and windows. So
Birdie, yes, it absolutely will work on a wall, and I encourage you to Google IOD barnwood stamp wall.
Yes.
You will be amazed at what people have done with entire walls and fireplaces, just bookshelves, just really big projects with this barnwood plank. And it is cool, as well as floors. You definitely want to check that out. All right, so we're a little off camera. Do we want to
flip it?
Well, we're doing the same thing, so I think it's okay. We'll just finish it.
We'll just
so that
finish quick.
So it doesn't take too long. Hold on, there's some black on there. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, in fact, oopsie doopsie, but
That's okay. It looks like distress.
It does.
Looks like
Maddie did.
Oh,
remember
that's right.
the RV floor? They
Yes.
tore the carpet out, and there was plywood that was in decent shape, and she stained the plywood and then used the barnwood plank to plank it and make a faux wood floor.
Yep.
And then sealed it. And she used ink for the stamping part, and it worked great.
All right, we are finished with this side. Sorry to be off camera, but rather than take the time to flip and then flip back, we're just gonna since it's the same thing, we're just going to keep going. Look at, there's a big old gloopy there too. And it just looks good.
It does.
It does. It just looks like a chip.
It does.
A chip of paint. It's perfect.
Yeah, and you guys know Sally was talking about all the different.
Well, this one's not anymore, but.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That one.
Don't get them all upset about what they can't get anymore.
Unsee that. There's that.
This one.
And then the plank set is actually 2 sheets, and it has all of these, like, you can add more knots, you can add more distress, you can beef up some of your seams with it. These are all modeled after actual distressed salvaged wood.
And this one I didn't mention. This one's called Vintage Textures, and it's got 4 different squares of texture and distress on it.
Yes.
Barbie, to answer your question, Josie is using this one in particular with the curse. She's going mainly on the lines, and that is to create the different boards. But we're going to show you when we add the texture, we'll go on the entire stamp, not just the top and bottom.
Oops, I'm sorry, guys. This one, I'm doing exactly what you said. I'm doing mostly the lines, a little bit of the curve, because I didn't want too much curve in the middle of the plank since we are putting signage letters in the middle, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we have our boards in place, do you see anything that needs any touch up, or do you want to add anything else?
You know what? I might want to soften this. They can't see over here, but it's
a little heavier.
Yeah, it's a little. The brush stroke is a little heavy, so it doesn't look as authentic and soft.
Do you think that your letters are going to reach that and cover some of those areas?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Be able to judge again.
Yeah, that's
if there's
a good idea.
Anything that stands out too solid. Okay, great. I'm still seeing that angry face, you guys, and I'm gonna find out who it is.
Well, they don't go away. Once there's an angry face, it stays.
I know. And it stands out. It's so orange.
I have to tell you guys, the angry face is really intimidating. You look up and it's like, oh,
they're angry.
What did we do? Don't be sad. Regina said, "Don't be sad about the angry face. It was probably an accident. It's in the same area.
So true.
The same area to enlarge screens and a lot of phones." Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. A lot of people hit it by accident. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that, Regina.
Because
it was an accident.
At us. Okay, sis.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go pumpkin patch in the middle.
Oh, you're gonna need a clean thin mount, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. You instruct. And
okay. Okay. Let's see. So like I said, I'm not going to be as picky about the layout of my letters. And I think what we're going to do today, because this is going on, let's see here, we're going on 48 minutes already, and we really like to stay under an hour. So we're going to do one lettering, one sign, and we'll do the middle. We're going to do pumpkin patch right here. And then we'll do the other ones off air, and it will be included in the YouTube video so that you guys will get to see everything from beginning to end. So don't worry. But I'm going to go ahead and lay these out. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yummy. Okay. What's there? Sorry, guys. I'm just moving things out of the way so I can move the plank back into the screen. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to lay all the letters down, and then I'm just going to arrange it. I'm going to eyeball it. I'm not going to measure. I'm not going to get the ruler out or anything like that. I'm just laying these letters down. This is our retro stamp, and it's perfect with the barnwood, the size of the barnwood planks. That works out really well. And we're going pumpkin patch. Okay. There we go. Now we have the benefit of having more than one retro stamp set, but you can lay out your letters, leaving a space for a letter, pick it up, stamp it down, and then stamp the one letter that's missing. So let's see. Looking for my N here. Oh, there it is. Found it. It was Rogue. All right, pumpkin. And then I can see I'm going to need to move it this way. So we'll go there. Pumpkin patch. This sign is going to be 3 different. Oh, and we need to do leave room for the arrows too. Forgot about that. So it's going to be 3 different signs with arrows pointing different ways so that it has, so it looks like kind of a, I don't know, like a fall pumpkin patch, apple orchard, and what was the other one? Harvest. Hayrights. Hayrights is going to be the other one. So this one's pumpkin patch. Let's see, pumpkin. And then here's where patch would go. Hey, Jose, I'm missing letters. Will you see if you have another retro? The letters are missing.
Well, there's some letters right there.
Yeah.
Those aren't them.
Mm-mm. This is
Okay.
one of them.
Here's the thin mount. Okay, what letters you missing?
A and T. Let's see. They probably are here, but just disappeared.
Okay, I will go.
I'll use O for orchard. The thing I like about the retro stamp is that you can use it as an outline, but then it's easy to fill in as well for solid lines. And so we will do a little of that. Let me show you how that works. Thank you. Okay, pumpkin patch. Here we go. This shows you the lettering, kind of the size and how that's going to look. Okay. And then there. And a T. All right. Okay, pumpkin patch. Now, we've got patch over here, but we are going to need to leave enough room on one side or the other for the arrow to go. So I'm going to push it this way. We're going to push it that way so that we're going to leave the arrow that way. Okay, so we'll just do this. And we've got the word patch. And I'm going to pick it up with the thin mount. There we go. And I love that the barnwood plank kind of created this line so I don't have to worry about the letters being straight, which is nice. It automatically, it's like when you're in kindergarten and you have those lines to write your letters in. It is creating kind of a natural one for me. So I'm going to show you, because I don't have 3 P's, so I'm going to actually show you how this works. So you can see I've got umpkin. We don't want it to say umpkin. We want it to say pumpkin. So I'm going to lift this up, leaving a space there. I know that it's the right size because I've laid that down, and I'm going to put it in the beginning here. I'm leaving space over here for the arrow. We forgot about the arrows. Okay. And then I've got
our stage assistants are off this week.
And we've got our thin mount, and then yeah, I'll be able to fit that whole thing on there. So I'm gonna use, it's kind of nice to use the grid lines there, and then pick it up. And we're going to use black paint. And we just pick it up, turn it over, and this is a little, you might need to go a little juicy because
get
it dry a little bit.
Well, it's kind of thickened as it sat.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Our paint is a little dry as it's been sitting here because we squirted it at the beginning of this. So, but we don't want it too gloppy either. So when you're stamping with paint, it's a different feel than stamping with ink. And people ask, do you like stamping with ink or paint better? And it really depends on the application, on the project. I like both. I really like both. Okay, so I'm going to turn this now over and go down here. And looking up, here we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once you lay down with your stamp, you're committed, don't shift. And then just use your fingers to make sure you're getting all points of contact. You don't need to press really hard so that you warp the design or skew the design. I shifted a little bit there, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's not a problem. And then the nice thing about retro, honestly, is it's very forgiving. When I lift up, I can easily fix any light areas that did not take. Oh, but look at that. Amazing.
Do the key, and when you are stamping patch, we're gonna put those in, right?
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. Josie's gonna start painting those in. I'm gonna lay the P down here, and then she's gonna start painting in those letters. I told her we're gonna do pumpkin patch
today,
right now, and then we'll do the rest off camera. Yes. And but we'll include it in the YouTube video.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got our P. And then
do you need to use this at all?
Nope. I'm good. Okay. And then we've got our P in there, all in line with the rest of it.
They did not see
Mm-hmm.
it because I had cut it out of it. Is the end points for the planks?
Oh yeah,
which are so cool. I mean, they just add. See, can you see that, you guys?
And we'll get that on film when we add it in later too. So you'll get to see that in action. Yeah, with the rest of it.
It adds. It's where the two planks butt up.
Yeah. And while I'm doing patch over here, Josie's going to show you how easy it is to fill in the, you got rid of my thin mount. I still need it. Okay.
Okay. Who likes the color? Let's use this brush here, and we are just using the same black paint that we stamped with. I added a little bit of water to make sure it's fluid enough, but it really is.
And I'm just doing patch off screen here. And you just fill those letters in. So you can use it as an outline.
Choose a brush that is smaller than the width of the letter. Like,
did you do that? Okay.
So that it makes it easier to paint in without going outside of the lines. this is like, I want to say it's a 1 inch, but it might be a little bit narrower than a 1 inch brush. And it doesn't have a number on this particular one.
And you know, these actually can be even quicker and easier by doing single plank signs. I've seen it done both ways.
Triple plank.
And this is a triple plank, 3 different signs in one. So we really kind of bit off more than we could chew today. But that's okay. We're
discussing it, and Sally pointed out, because I tend to want to err on the side of easy or simplified. And Sally made the point that doing this one that's multiple signs, planks combined for one sign, gives us the added benefit of the technique of the planks, dividing the spaces. And it's such a good technique that we wanted to go ahead and do it. And we knew that we were not going to be completing the whole project on the live, but that we could edit it and bring it all together afterwards for you guys, so that you can retune in when you are ready to do it. And I'm going to challenge those gals who said, I have this, but I haven't used it, to make a fall sign. Guys.
Kathleen, sorry.
No, that's it.
Okay, that was it. So Kathleen, you will be able to find this. All of our lives continue to live on Iron Orchid Designs Facebook page, not the Creative Tribe group, but the actual Iron Orchid Designs page. That's where all of our lives live. And then you will find it later in a condensed form without all the chit chat, and any mistakes will be edited out, all that good stuff. And the entire process will also be included, and that will be on YouTube. So you'll be able to find it both on YouTube and our Facebook page. I like the way this leaving some white there so that it looks hand painted.
Yeah,
that looks good.
Same girl, same.
Love it. And then do the arrow going that way.
Okay. I'm just gonna wing it, huh?
Yeah, just wing it.
Okay.
Just hand paint it. It's an arrow after all.
And it is a hand painted sign. Exactly. What is it? I was just having coffee with one of our coffee cups that said handmade
for the arrow, so I can use this to finish this.
Okay. Handmade is always better, and imperfections make it perfect.
Yep. It's one of our mottos.
It is.
One of our mantras.
Okay. There's that, and I will switch to this brush, but I should put it in
there you go.
Okay, so that it's on screen. Okay. And then
we'll share.
Yes, we'll
share the paint.
Okay, so let's go about, mark in half, and do boop. Boop. And this is going to come about to here.
Oh, this is fun. The filling in the letters is actually really relaxing.
Yeah, it is. Do you have Gaston stuck in your head?
No, I don't. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't. Please don't make me have Gaston stuck in my head.
I can take care of that for you. Much obliged.
You can use this, Colleen said you can use this in reverse as a mold, like a 3D mold. We have done this with resin. It was inspired by Carmen Dahmer using the IOD clay. Okay, now you should hear me. Do you guys hear us now? Let me know.
Okay, somebody said I have sound.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Thanks for letting us know, because we will babble on not realizing. And our sound is hooked up to these lapel mics, which are plugged into our phone, and we don't see what's going on. Yay! Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, one more letter. And we're going to do apple orchard up here and hay rides down here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the neutrals make for a great farmhouse fall sign. Like if you have neutrals in your home, so you don't, you do just kind of.
So I thought that the neutral would be my sign. And the color one was going to be your sign.
Oh, I'm sorry you thought that. You must feel really disappointed right now.
Wow. Just wow.
Okay, this paint is running out, but I have just enough to finish this.
All right.
Okay, you guys. How fun is this? You have. Thanks for joining us. This has been fun. And let's hold it up, and we'll go like this. Okay, let's hold that bad boy up so everybody can see kind of what it looks like so far.
It's big too, right?
It's big.
Okay. Yeah. There we
go.
Yes. So, like Sal said, what you're doing, apple orchard and hay rides down below with the arrows going other ways. So that this arrow is going that way, this one will go that way, and the bottom one will go the opposite way. So yes. And we're also going to add more texture with the other barnwood designs, the other plank styles, and some more craquelure maybe, and some more distress over the top with the brown, so that it just layers up that texture, that depth, and that character even more for that vintage feel. Yes. We hope you guys have enjoyed this. And remember, the entire process will be on YouTube in a more condensed version so that you can get every step and make this yourself, because it's definitely one you're going to want to try at home, okay? Please, ladies who said that you have the plank stamp already but haven't used it, I personally challenge you to get in and have fun and make a sign and then come share it in the tribe.
Because this is a perfect project to start with us. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Awesome rest of your week. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.